Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Join me today as I break down shot by shot and show you everything that you may have missed in the latest and arguably greatest Doctor Who trailer of the past couple of years. It's an incredibly exciting trailer. If you want to see my reaction to it, go over and check out that video, it's already up on the channel. Please do subscribe. I know you've only just started watching this video, but I might as well remind you now. Yeah, we'll just start breaking down this amazing trailer. So, shot number one, we're obviously Unit Tower, the Tardis is whizzing through. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this. I don't think it's necessarily 1970s classic Who level of Unit involvement, but I think the Doctor and Unit, yeah, it's going to be a nice duo, and they're gonna work together. And I've just got to say as well, the CGI here looks insane, and we've obviously seen this set in the Giggle, the third and final 60th special from last year, and it's a brilliant set. The Vlinks is somewhere there, I'd imagine. I don't think we can see them in shot, they're maybe just in the corner, but yeah, we can also see in this shot Yasmin Finney's character Rose, which that brings us our sort of first question, right? How much of an involvement, because I know a load of people out there, whether they love him or hate him, are going to be wondering, is David Tennant returning in any capacity? His face does crop up in this trailer at one point, and we'll talk about that in a bit. I personally hope not. I love David Tennant, and I love him as the 14th Doctor, but I'm just going to say right at the start of this video, I think let Ncuti have some time. I'm not opposed to him coming back potentially in the future, but not now, especially not this season. This is season 1. At least, that's what they were calling this season. This is season 1. It's a fresh start. It's bringing in a fresh audience. It feels new, fresh, insane, high-budget stuff. Leave the past in the past. Reference it, homage it, but yeah. So I'm intrigued as to how Rose Noble, Donna's daughter, is going to end up here. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to seeing Donna, but I hope for at least this season it's just Rose, and maybe she's working for Unit. We already kind of know that Donna's working for Unit, and here we go. So that shot there, I am 90% sure is from the finale, from filming photos and little leaks from last year. There's nothing too spoilery in this video, so don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, that leather jacket look for the Doctor and whatever Ruby's wearing, those are their costumes for the finale. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have to wait till the finale to see Unit. I think they'll crop up earlier, but I think this is the optimism at the beginning of the finale. I think the Doctor's going in like, yay, this is going to be another normal, fun adventure, and then there's going to be aliens, incursions, and I think, what's it called? It's slipping my mind. We kind of roughly know where a part of the finale's set because of something Russell said in Doctor Who magazine. Like really old-fashioned, really old America alien, the Roswell incident. I think that's what it's called. I don't know why it's on the tip of my tongue. Let me know in the comments whether that sounds about right. But yeah, the energy shoot he's bringing here is just brilliant. I'm so excited to see these guys in action. So yeah, give me the lovin'. New series, very funky. And then the TARDIS on a hill. Now this is interesting. This is one of, if I remember correctly, filming-wise, I think I made a video when they shot this ages ago. This is one of the first days of shooting for Season 14, I think back in January of last year, which, yeah, there's more intriguing stuff. I'll just say for now, that looks really, really cool. But we'll get to the possible dead TARDIS, and does that tie into David Tennant's Doctor, or is that Ncuti's TARDIS? Has the Doctor died? Is it because he stepped on the landmine we see later in the trailer? And is that episode going to be written by Stephen Moffat? Whoa, we'll discuss that when we discuss that. And then, yeah, here we get Carla, so Ruby's foster mum, just asking Ruby, where the hell did the Doctor come from? What's going on? And we've got a couple of clips from the episode we've already seen, the church on Ruby Road. Then we've got another, I think Russell is going to absolutely utilise the CGI of the TARDIS flying through London. I mean, it always looks cool. Like when they did it in the 50th, I think that was probably the first time we had the TARDIS over London. Looked brilliant then, still looks brilliant now. And this is interesting, right? Like, immediately, the Doctor is gonna... We don't know when this is from, it might be the finale, but the Doctor isn't a secret. to Ruby's family. Obviously, with Rose, relatively quickly, Jackie learns about him and doesn't like him. But like Martha's family, she tries to sort of keep a distance between them and the Doctor for a while. Donna's family, apart from Wilf, it is kind of a secret to. Like, a lot of the companions, it's kind of a secret to their family. Like Clara, Amy, it's a hush-hush thing. Whereas I think it's quite nice and it's quite Russell T Davies to just go, boom, the TARDIS is in their living room. And I hope this is after a disaster or something, because the Doctor would not just vandalise their ceiling again. This is the second time that the Doctor's entered the Ruby's household. What are they called? The Sundays. He's entered the Sundays household and just destroyed the roof. I mean, it happened in the Christmas episode, it's happening now. I'm wondering, maybe this is just conspiracy theory territory. Is this maybe Ruby piloting the TARDIS after the Doctor's supposedly gone and dead or something, because of the TARDIS that we saw alone on the hill? But we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, very cool. We've got more flashbacks to the church on Ruby Road. Ruby entering the TARDIS for the first time. Very cool. I'm excited to see if we pick up directly from the church on Ruby Road in episode 1. We don't actually have any episode titles yet. I presume they'll come within the next few weeks. So if you want the updates on that, make sure you're subscribed, because I'm going to be everything Doctor Who, it's going to be discussed on this channel. But yeah, Ruby entering the TARDIS, really exciting. It's one of my favourite things, just to see companions enter the TARDIS. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're getting really quick. Right, we'll go back. So this shot here, it's going too quick. The Doctor this is going to be the Beatles episode, right, which I'm 99% sure is episode 2. I think it's also going to be called The Devil's Chord, but yeah, we have Ncuti Gatwa in his 1960s get-up. Where is he, though? Is it kind of like a voidy place? Like, is this the sort of supernatural, which is a big theme of the trailer, like a supernatural world where Jinx Monsoon's villain is going to confront the Doctor for the first time? Is it altering history? We'll have to wait and see, but it looks very, very cool. Then we've got... the shots are so quick. We have a shot of the Doctor in... I'm trying to find it. Here. In some sort of fancy cool robe type thing. I have no idea what episode this is coming from. I'm presuming this was all sort of studio-bound filming, so there's no filming leaks or anything, which I'm excited for. The less we know, the better. I want to go into it and go like, oh my god, wow, this is new for the first time. Yeah, it's kind of giving Star Wars sort of vibes and Dune vibes as well. It's very cool. Let me know your theories about it in the comments. Also, the music choice for this trailer is brilliant. Time may change me because the Doctor's changed and Ruby's changed. And speaking of the Doctor changing, here we have Ncuti Gatwa and the 10th Doctor. I'm pretty sure that's not the 14th Doctor. It's the 10th Doctor. Now, why is the 10th Doctor's face there? You could argue, trailer-wise, David Tennant is probably the most recognisable Doctor for the general public at the moment. I don't know about in America. If there's any Americans watching this video, let me know. I'd say, in my head at least, Matt Smith is the most famous Doctor in America, like the bow ties and all that. That's sort of Doctor Who, like a lot of America's perception of Doctor Who. But yeah, David Tennant's there. I suppose we did just have him back for a couple of seasons. And what's happening here? Well, it looks like Ncuti is kind of frozen. We know this is from the Regency era episode, and we've seen in the prior trailer that the Jonathan Groff character, who people are theorising is Captain Jack, I don't think he will be, but it could be Captain Jack. He's definitely, well, not definitely, but likely a time agent, and that's the same sort of thing that Captain Jack was way back. He's, I think, maybe got a vortex manipulator or similar sort of technology. I can't remember whether that's leaked or confirmed or just speculation, but here it looks like the Doctor is being scanned. And this maybe does add credence to the theory that Jonathan Groff's character is Captain Jack, because it looks like he's scanning the Doctor to find match a face that he's met before. And if it's Tennant's face, that would be Jack, but then I suppose the latest Doctor Jack would have met would be 13. so it's probably not Jack. I don't know. Why is it Ten's face? Or does it flick through all of their faces and they've just used this one for the trailer because it's the most recognisable? I think that's more likely. I reckon this is going to be a time agent or someone maybe from the Doctor's past that the Doctor can't remember, maybe a really minor character, or maybe someone from the future because it's Doctor Who. You can do things out of order, time travel-y stuff. But yeah, very cool. The Doctor, I think, is being scanned and they're looking at all their faces, seeing all their history. I think he's sort of frozen there as well, but yeah, that's an exciting shot. Then we've seen this one before, clicking, I presume this is clicking to close the TARDIS doors before they fly off, which that's going to be really cool. Here we have I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is a shot from the church on Ruby Road, Mrs. Flood walking down the road, seeing the TARDIS leave and dropping her shopping bags. But who is Mrs. Flood? I do have a video of this on my channel, so go and check that out if you want. I know I keep plugging other videos, but they're fun. Why not? Go and watch them. I think, yeah, it's really tricky to tell. Is this shot of Mrs. Flood seeing the TARDIS leave, her recognising that, oh my god, that's a TARDIS? Like, she's seeing it dematerialising, she's hearing the sound, and she knows what a TARDIS is from somewhere, and she's clocking on to, oh my gosh, there is a Time Lord here. Or is it her recognising the Doctor? Or is it history changing? Is the TARDIS going back in time, changing that moment for Mrs. Flood, and she's got new information in her head? Has she previously travelled with the Doctor? If she'd travelled with the Doctor before and she'd seen the police box exterior, would she really have that much of a sort of shocked reaction? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who could she be? Is she maybe Ruby's mum? Is she maybe Ruby from the future? I don't know. There's so much speculation around Mrs. Flood, and Russell himself has told us in Doctor Who Unleashed to keep paying attention. I think it's going to be a slow burn, and we do, minor spoiler here, so skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want it. We do know that Mrs. Flood is going to be in Season 2 as well. We've seen her on location with filming photos with the new companion, but yeah, let's carry on. Ruby and the TARDIS, I presume this is episode 1. That shot of the lever coming down, I think, is from the finale, because it's in one of the prior trailers. Then this shot here, I think, is episode 1. I have no idea where this comes in. Probably episode 1 as well. The mavity of the TARDIS is going all haywire. It's very fun, very funky. The lighting of the TARDIS I absolutely love. I do love this new TARDIS. I wasn't 100% sold on it in the 60th. I thought it was really cool, but I don't know, it was missing a little bit of personality. But I think the jukebox and the lighting that it's got currently really, really help. And obviously it looks so high budget and cool. Like, it is kind of wild. Just taking a moment here to appreciate how good Doctor Who looks at the moment. Like, wow. Literally wow. But yeah, then we've got the TARDIS going through the vortex. I think this is just from the title sequence. Whether that's going to be exactly what it looks like in the show, I don't know. But yeah, TARDIS flying through the vortex is pretty cool. Here we have, like, Jurassic Park, the Doctor and Ruby on the edge of a cliff top. I presume this is going to be episode 1. Ruby's like, this is a time machine, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, let me show you. They go back to the dinosaur period. Maybe it's got something to do with Silurians or something cool like that. I have wanted, like, a Sea Devil Silurian story that's not Legend of the Sea Devils for quite some time. Yeah, I'd be excited to see if that's where they're going. Or maybe I think what's more likely to happen is the events that occur here where Ruby steps on a butterfly, changes history. I think the episode is going to be about fixing history or something silly like that. Or maybe this is me looking too much into it and this is just a really fun cutaway gag because, yeah, that's great. This is also, like, this is the sort of perfect clip that will end up on TikTok and, like, branding-wise, it's a good move to put it in the trailer. Like, it's a funny little time travel thing. Everyone knows about the, if you step on a butterfly, what happens? And then she steps on a butterfly, turns into a lizard thing. Why I say Silurians, maybe, is because the makeup there is kind of similar-ish to Silurians. Kind of. Maybe I'm looking too much into it because it is just sort of reptiles with the dinosaurs, but let me know your theories on that in the comments. TARDIS whizzing through the vortex again. Then I think this is kind of like a big space station or spaceship. Wherever it is, it's in the middle of space. Looks pretty cool. This shot here, I'm pretty sure, is from the finale. I don't know whether that's snow or more likely ash. They're dressed kind of like soldiers in this shot, which is a bit bizarre. Shooty has a whistle on his neck, so are they undercover as soldiers, or I don't really know what's going on here. Ruby doesn't look too impressed, or maybe there's been a reveal, maybe she's just found something out. The Doctor's kind of panicking behind her. He's got his sonic screwdriver in his hand as well. And then here's a weird one. The costume that this blonde woman here is wearing is Ruby's. Is that an older version of Ruby? Or does Ruby go undercover as her, or replace her, or... I don't really know, but this is the Regency era episode, and the other woman in shot is, I think she played Susie Costello in Torchwood, but she is rumoured to be quite a big character as well. I think, I can't remember, maybe the Governess, I think was the name, rumoured. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, it's quite cool. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm just going to move my light. Yeah, there's not much else to say in that shot. Yeah, so whoever this governess person is, she's transforming into, I think that alien... Oh, I'm trying to freeze on the exact moment. It looks similar to what Ruby looks like when she changes time, but also it looks kind of more bird-like in appearance. So maybe the two are connected. Probably not. I reckon the Ruby thing's a throwaway gag. The more I look at this, the more that just looks like that's a bird. It looks kind of like an owl, like her nose is turning into a beak. It's quite interesting. I don't really know where they're going with that, but I'm excited to see it. I think this is probably our first look at like a proper new monster, new villain, new alien from the new season. So that's exciting stuff. Then, oh my Bridgerton, yeah, this is brilliant. Ruby and the Doctor in time period attire, dancing, I think 16th century maybe. I'm not 100% sure, let me know in the comments. And we've got this poor old woman, I don't know who she is, let me know your theories in the comments, getting attacked by the villainous Jinx Monsoon, who people have theorised, because it's Doctor Who, why wouldn't it be? It's the Rani! I think it's probably just a new character. I think well, you can tell there's musical stuff involved. I think this is going to be from episode 2, The Devil's Chord, and she's going to do something evil against the Beatles, change history, change time. I don't really know, but it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Then we have Ruby here firing a gun. Is this in the destroyed London that we see? I don't think so. They're wearing different costumes, and also if you look in the background, you can see the Doctor stood on that landmine, which, as I mentioned earlier, that is the rumoured Stephen Moffat written episode. I think episode 3, I think it goes episode 1, Space Station Adventure with the Stranger Things looking monster, episode 2, The Beatles and Jinx Monsoon, episode 3, the Doctor steps on a landmine and there's this thing going on. Maybe it's a Dr. Light episode, because Shooty was filming Sex Education Season 4 while this was happening. I don't know. I'm excited to see where that goes. But yeah, Ruby is just rapid firing into the sky. Then we've got this other shot of Ruby. Don't know really where she is. Then this reminds me of the Adipose for some bizarre reason. It's like sort of poking out of, is that a sink? I mean, I don't know. Is that from episode 2? Because there's the violins in the background. Maybe this is inside Abbey Road Studios. No, maybe it's in a record player. I can't really tell. Maybe this is Jinx Monsoon appearing, all villainous. I don't really know. Then we've got this out of focus thing right on the corner is one of those weird giant alien slug creatures we saw in the last trailer and on filming photos. I don't know where it is. I don't think it's set in the past. Maybe it's a weird sort of dystopian future or parallel world, something like that. The clothing choice looks a bit 70s, so maybe I'm wrong and it is sort of 60s, 70s Beatles era. I don't know. Let me know your theories down below. Then, is this the church on Ruby Road, but time's warping round it? The lamppost does somewhat resemble the ones we've seen before, or maybe it's sort of the manor house from the Regency episode. Whatever's happening, it's reminding me of Twice Upon a Time, with all the weird effects of time going wrong. Maybe it's something like that. Then here we have glass smashing, as Kate discusses, where she says something about there's more supernatural things coming into the world. Is that just in this one episode, or for like the whole season, or for the whole era? I'm going to say the whole era. Russell has kind of hinted at it with the ending of The Giggle, where the Toymaker brings in, like, the Doctor sprinkling salt at the edge of the universe. I still think it's a bit waffly, to be honest. It's not the worst thing ever, and it's cool that we're getting more fantasy, but I don't know. The Doctor sprinkling salt leads to the Toymaker coming into the universe, and the Toymaker coming into the universe means he's bringing his legions with him, and that's why we get singing goblins on Christmas Day, which I'm not going to complain at, because that was so much fun. I loved the singing goblins, but yeah, here we go. I'm not really sure what that magazine thing that the glass is on is. Maybe it's not that important, but yeah, the glass smashes. Then, is that Ruby's mum, or whoever dropped Ruby off at the church? Their face is too out of focus to tell who it is, and you can't really tell by the hand, but I think that's revisiting whatever happened in the church on Ruby Road, where she gets left at the church. Maybe that's a pinpoint moment in time where things started to go wrong, and they have to go back there to correct the timeline, or maybe Ruby goes in search of her mum, something like that. Russell always sort of writes personal struggles into stuff, which I think is really interesting. So yeah, I'll be interested to see if this is part of like the Ruby adoption plotline. Then this is episode 1. I don't know where the Doctor's coat's gone. He's taken it off. Maybe it was too warm. But yeah, the Stranger Things, not Demogorgon, definitely not, is approaching them as we get some cool doctory lines. I think this monster is rumoured to be called the Boogeyman. I think. Yeah, it looks very Stranger Things-esque, but whatever this monster is, I think was the one that was blurred and censored in that Russell T Davies, like, Imagine documentary that came out in December. I'm 90% sure this is episode 1. So yeah, they're running from it down the corridor. Very, very cool. Then this, I think this has got to be the finale, right? The Doctor and Mel on a motorbike, clouds of smoke billowing after them. Oh, I hadn't noticed that before. I think that's Lenny Rush. Yeah, so there's Kate Stewart, Rose Noble, and Lenny Rush. I think his character's called Morris. I think people were theorising as well that he is a unit scientist, so that's quite cool. It would seem that way. Then I think Ruby is stood behind the Doctor, and the Doctor's there. It looks like they're going into sort of underground unit vault. Very cool. Probably from the finale again, judging by Ncuti's costume. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be some big playing with time here. Then we get 2 planets that are just sort of there, and the Doctor's screaming at it. Maybe these 2 planets are like, or were, once was Earth and its moon. Yeah, looking at that, it could be Earth and the moon. Yeah. And maybe they've been, like, destroyed. Maybe this is the destroyed London that we see in a minute. This is him discovering that. And, yeah, screaming because, oh dear, the Earth is gone, or broken, or destroyed, or whatever. Then that's the church from Ruby Road hitting midnight. I'm not really sure what this is. It's like a tuning fork being splashed into water. Maybe it's like tying into the Ripples speech of the 7th Doctor, the whole idea of every great decision creates ripples, every decision you make, that'll ripple in time and change everything. Maybe it's metaphorical for that. This is episode 2, something's going wrong with the TARDIS, the Doctor yanks out a wire from it. I'm intrigued to see where this is going. I think as well, this is end of episode 2. It's kind of a spoiler, which is a bit of a shame, but it looks so cool in the trailer. But I reckon episode 2, the Doctor and Ruby, maybe they lose, or maybe they think they win. They travel back to Earth, or the TARDIS starts to go wrong, as we saw there, and it takes them to this version of history where Big Ben is being destroyed, St. Paul's Cathedral in the background is destroyed, everything is basically destroyed. I was about to suggest maybe it's like old-fashioned London, and this is like the Great Fire of London, but there is a modern bin there. So this is definitely like altered history. I think that quick shot we see there as well, it's misleading because it looks like it's in London, but I don't think it is. I think that's from episode 3, or maybe episode 3 is the destroyed London one, and episode 2 leaves on a cliffhanger for it, and that the landmine the Doctor steps on is from there. I don't really know. I'm excited to see. Then, yeah, this has got to be from episode 2 as well, because of the costumes they're wearing. But the Doctor and Ruby arrive back in London, and there's a London bus. Everything's destroyed, and the Doctor says this is what we're trying to stop. Ruby's saying that she's realising this is what she's meant to do. She's here to save the universe. Is that in, like, a sort of she's destined to save the universe kind of way. I don't know. Let me know your theories down below. Then, yeah, we get this shot from Church on Ruby Road of Carla hugging Ruby after finding out about her adoption. Then we have Ruby sort of being entangled with what I presume is Jinx Monsoon's evil villain stuff. Also, minor spoiler here, so if you don't want it, skip ahead 10 seconds. Murray Gold did mention at the Doctor Who concert that Ruby plays her own theme on the piano at one point, so I presume that's going to be kind of a way they maybe defeat Jinx Monsoon, or something to do with music. It'll be exciting. Then, yeah, the Doctor here promising Carla that he will keep Ruby safe. That's really nice. And I don't know what's going on here. I think this is the Beatles episode again. The Doctor's doing something cool with the sonic screwdriver. It's glowing up, sending out a pulse. Maybe he's sending out a distress call or something. Maybe he's calling the Tardis. I don't really know. Whatever's happening. Exciting stuff. Then here, I don't, like, it's fast cuts of Ruby. I'm presuming they go, like, back to back in the actual episode, and that's not just for the trailer. Maybe it's a montage of time passing with the Doctor and Ruby's dynamic growing, or maybe Ruby's just living her life on Earth. I don't really know, but it's exciting stuff anyway. Then Ruby from the Regency episode smacking someone or something with a book. And then this is Abbey Road Studios where the Beatles recorded their album. Something's flying through the window. It looked like just a ball. I don't know whether that's the Doctor needing to break in there. We saw a shot in the last trailer of him running down a corridor, so maybe he throws something. Needs to get into the studio quick to save time. Then Church on Ruby Road, the Doctor falls on the Goblin King's ship. Then here is this back in the Church on Ruby Road time period with Ruby in the snow, or maybe it's Ash, I can't really tell. Then here we have what I think is episode 3 where the Doctor steps on that landmine, something's opening up in the sky, there's some sort of war taking place, futuristic war zone. Then the TARDIS hurtling towards Earth, Doctor and Mel on the motorbike while people are running. But what are they running from? What are your theories? I reckon it's a big bad, a big returning bad for the finale. Probably the Daleks, if we're being honest. It's got to be. And hopefully, if it is the Daleks, it's a redesign of the Daleks. I'm just going with gut instinct. Daleks. Daleks. I'm telling you now. Mark my words. Daleks. Because, yeah, we haven't had a proper Dalek episode since... Oh, I suppose we got one in 2022. But Eve of the Daleks, I don't know. We haven't had a Dalek Invasion episode since 2020, I think, with Revolution of the Daleks. So maybe it's time for another Dalek episode. I don't know. Are the Daleks overused? Kind of. But are they the best Doctor Who villain? Yes, kind of. Are they also the best from a marketing and public perspective and merchandising perspective and bringing in a new audience perspective? Absolutely. I'll be incredibly shocked if the Daleks don't show up at least once in this season. They've kind of got to. Then we've got some more shots of the Doctor and Ruby at various points. Here's the Regency episode. And this bit, way, it looks like Hairspray the musical. There's, 1960s musical dance number going on here with the Doctor in the middle. I think we're going to hear them all sing. I think maybe it is like a entirely musical episode with like bits of dialogue breaking up the songs rather than just one like dance number. I think, it's going to be a musical episode and I'm excited to see that. I think it's going to cause controversy, so let me know your thoughts, because obviously it's a big thing for Doctor Who to do a proper full-on musical episode, but let me know your thoughts. I'm intrigued. And then everything is possible. And this is really interesting. Why is the TARDIS like that? Where is everyone? As I mentioned earlier, is it possibly David Tennant's, the 14th Doctor's second TARDIS, and he's died, or something like that, or maybe a villain's killed him? Like, maybe that'd be too sad, or maybe, I think more realistically and hopefully, that is just Ncuti Gatwa's TARDIS, and maybe this is part of the Dr. Light episode, something's gone wrong with time, or I don't really know, but if you look at the bottom, those flowers I don't think all look to be naturally growing. Some of them are placed there by people, so it kind of looks like a memorial to the Doctor, or maybe Ruby, or I don't know. Something's gone wrong. Maybe there's two splintered versions of time, one where London ends up looking like that disastrous plane, and one where, like, the Doctor like maybe he gets trapped in that one and everyone thinks he's dead or something like that. Whatever's happened, I think this is like a little memorial to the Doctor, which is quite nice. Then Ruby in that weird light room. I'll try and skip back to it. Boom. It kind of looked like, you know, in Turn Left, when Donna has to go back in time and Unit use all the mirrors, it looks like a more high-tech version of that. Then we've got Colonel Ibrahim and Kate Stewart, Unit Tower, Mel, and then the Doctor winking into camera, and there we go! Doctor Who streaming on Disney Plus on the 10th of May. Really, really exciting stuff. Let me know your theories in the comments down below. Was there anything in this trailer I missed? Probably, because there's so much content, it's kind of insane. I'm really looking forward to the new era, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Doctor Who news on this channel. It's all here. Click the notification bell. Short films, fan films, all of it coming out soon. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.